Welcome back to the Commerce Collective podcast by Flywheel. This is yet another special set of episodes, 2 to be exact, because they were recorded live at Amazon Unboxed and feature 5. And yes, I actually said 5, Amazon execs. Flywheel had the honor of joining Amazon Ads' first ever podcast, Junket, a round-robin style speed interview session with Amazon execs covering a variety of industry topics and product launches, exclusively offered up to Amazon Ads partners who also make podcasts. As always, I am your host, Emma Irwin, Senior Editor and Specialist at Flywheel. So let me give you the rundown of how this is going to go, because this is our first podcast attempt at stitching together multiple shorter interviews where I tried to become BFFs with 5 people with about 7 to 10 minutes to talk to each.
I'm Ruslana Zbagerska.
My name is Jeff Cohen.
Hi, I'm Kelly McLean.
I'm Teresa Uthroth.
I'm Miranda Chan.
In this first episode, you're going to hear from Jeff Cohen, tech evangelist at Amazon Ads, who is going to give us a complete rundown of all products launched by Amazon Ads this week. Next, you're going to hear from Teresa Uthroth, Director, Partner Development at Amazon Ads, who is going to educate us on her team's priorities for partners, which Flywheel is one of, and how some of these product launches can be accelerated with the help of Amazon's partners. And third, you'll hear from Ruslana Zbagerska, VP of Technology and Product Development at Amazon Ads, on how Amazon approaches product development and also an announcement of sponsored TV. All right, I'm going to have you start off with introducing yourself again.
My name is Jeff Cohen. I'm a tech evangelist with Amazon Ads.
Thank you very much. And of course, what is the last thing you purchased on Amazon?
Whoa, I love that question. So because of the date, the last thing I purchased on Amazon was a piñata costume. So I am going for Halloween as a piñata, and my wife is going as the bat.
That's incredible. What shape piñata are you? Are you like a pony?
Oh no, it's like full garb, like ear thing sticking out. I look like a piñata. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll share a picture.
Please do. I'm looking forward to seeing this. All right, so welcome back to...
Knocking you off your game at the beginning.
No. Nobody knocks me off my game. But welcome back to the now Commerce Collective podcast, because we've rebranded. But last time you were here, we discussed kind of the elements of building an Amazon Ads developer community. Today, you have the absolute pleasure of doing an entire rundown of the majority of Amazon's product launches here at Unboxed, if that sounds good. I was so excited to beat your newsletter. I didn't with this recording, and I saw the email come in, and I was like, no. But are you ready? We're going to do lightning round.
Yeah, lightning round. Let's do it.
Where do you want to start? I'll let you pick up which one you want to start with.
So I'll just kind of go through, I've had 3 themes, right? So, and then we can kind of break these down by theme, but I think a lot of these fit within the theme, right? So one of the big themes was this idea of transformation. One was like doubling down on ad tech, and the third was reinventing what's possible. And with that kind of in mind, I'll start with ad tech because that's kind of near and dear to my heart. I know it is with Flywheel as well. And there's a lot of really neat new launches that have come out within the ad tech capabilities that are really just kind of what we call improving the outcome for advertisers, right? And if you think about it, like that's what we want to do. We want advertisers to drive more of the outcomes that they're prioritizing.
Incredible. What were some of those ad tech product launches?
So one was like strategic campaign planning, which is a cross-channel planner with new media within Amazon DSP. One was the ability to have more impactful campaign activations and outcomes, including insights from Amazon Marketing Cloud and how a lot of those custom audiences are being used to drive new audiences and drive new sales. Like wink, hint, like I've got a whole presentation with your team later today at Unboxed where we're diving into custom audiences even further. A lot on real-time, metrics and some of the new data that's come out with Amazon Marketing Stream, as well as Rapid Retail Analytics. Stream now has Amazon DSP. The new Amazon DSP Event Manager is really neat. It's a new way to be able to predict audiences and measure performance based on the insights that are most important to the first party, right? So to the advertiser, not just being kind of reliant on our event tags. So those are kind of the quick wrap up of like the ad tech.
Incredible. Okay. I'm kind of curious. You in your role, you have to go often help educate people on all of these different products. What's your strategy? I mean, this is a lot of products to go out and talk about.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten into a couple of the bigger announcements that happened today as well. But I think that when it comes down to it, it's for me, I'm an experiential learner. So for me, it's about getting in with people who are doing things on the day-to-day basis, talking to our partners who are involved in the early betas, hearing the results of what they're doing, understanding the customer problem that they were trying to solve, and then how the solution solves that problem. And I think that's what really goes to help. And as an example, I'll say sponsored TV was a really big announcement today. Amazon democratizing this concept of sponsored TV, where you'll be able to go either via the API or the ad console, run creative Freevee and Twitch and other Amazon devices. Like, that's really interesting and cool. So it's like, so how do I learn about that? Well, I met with the head of the product. I've sat down with a couple of the beta participants and really listen to not just how they're doing it, but what the challenges that advertisers are having, right? And so one of the big challenges that advertisers are having with this move to this ad is, one, measurement, right? So they want to make sure that the campaigns are working effectively to them. And two, like, how do they create the content? And, Amazon with their tools and technology are working to solve both of those challenges. And giving brands the opportunity that wouldn't necessarily have big budgets to create television ads, now the ability with our creative studios to be able to create those ads on your behalf. So that's, I think, what's kind of cool. And, some of the messaging that I try to get out there for people to understand, not just what it is, but like, how does it work and why would you use it? And how could you think about implementing it into your media mix?
I've been thinking about this since I read the press briefing of sponsored TV, because you could run ads via Amazon streaming devices before, right? Like, what is different about this? Please help.
Yeah, I think what's really different about this is it's going to be self-service in the ad console.
That's
that's
helpful.
That's probably the easiest thing, is that it's like, and there's no minimum budget,
Gotcha.
Right? So to have run it before through like the DSP, you had a lot more hurdles to be able to get over. This truly democratizes it for anybody that wants to test it and run it and try it.
I read it over and over again, and because I don't work that deep into the business, I was like, come on, Emma, this shouldn't be that confusing.
Yeah, I mean, think of it like this, right? So like Amazon DSP is your ability to create audiences and deliver your ads specifically to those audiences. Sponsored display does a lot of the same placements as DSP, but it's using machine learning to kind of do all that for you, right? Now you've got the same happening with streaming TV. So it's just making things more available to more people, which is just great for everybody.
Perfect. Thank you for explaining that to me, because now I understand.
Yeah.
Any other launches, announcements you want to go over?
Yeah, I think it led off the keynote. So I think it's pretty important, but Gen AI and what we're doing with image generation. In short, you can go to the website and see the video because it's pretty cool, but take a simple image of your product and turn it into a full lifestyle, all using natural prompts. And so the generation tool is adding background images to it. It's adding seasonal images to it. And it's all with like natural language prompts. So you're just kind of saying, make it look like Halloween, or make it look like Thanksgiving, or make it look like the holidays. And it's changing the images. And I think that's really cool, because I think that data shows that lifestyle images help customers choose which products they want. But at the end of the day, again, it's challenging to constantly have to build and update and redo creative. So if we can kind of democratize that and make that easier for brands to be able to, or agencies, right, to be able to do that, we can make more of those updates and give the shoppers what they're looking for, right? And that's what we want to do ultimately, is make those shoppers happy.
As a shopper who works for an agency that works on Amazon, whenever I see sponsored brands ads and it's just like the product on a white background, I'm like, that's kind of a disappointment. I don't know anything about your brand.
No, it's follow the rules, right? You need it for your hero image, but once you're beyond your hero image, you can get creative. But do your family ask you every time they have a return? Because like my family thinks I work for Amazon, so that means that I can help them with returns.
Oh yeah, my grandma will text me here and there, and she's like, "Can you find my package?" Right. I'm like, "No, but like I don't work for Amazon, and even if I did, no." But okay.
We have teams that can help you with that.
Yeah, and I'm not that. The app is your best friend.
Right, exactly. Customer service is great.
Last question for you. What are you looking the most forward to for the rest of unBoxed?
Really, I'm looking forward to the connecting with family. I think that's one of the cool things about this community is that they do become family. And it's been great to see so many people so far. It's been great to hear announcements. Like you guys had a big announcement last night, or maybe it was technically Monday, around your name, hearing what our partners are doing and kind of what else is happening in this industry besides what Amazon is doing. And I'll say I'm also happy to finish up my presentation this afternoon and then just kind of like relax tomorrow and just kind of enjoy the day.
Perfect. All right. That's it for us. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right. I'm back. Let's head into my second conversation with Teresa covering partner development from Amazon's perspective. I'm going to have you start off by introducing yourself to the Flywheel audience.
Hi, Emma. It's so great to be here today. I'm such a fan of your work. I
thank
listen
you.
to your podcast all the time. I like to walk to work. I live in New York and I try to walk to work, get my steps in, and I always listen to your podcast.
That is amazing. We very much appreciate that. But you have to tell the podcast who you are.
Yes. Well, I'm Teresa Utheralt, and I lead partner development here at Amazon Ads. And I've been at Amazon for nearly 10 years. It'll be my 10-year anniversary in November. And I started out 10 years ago in our stores business. I was actually a digital marketer.
Interesting.
Being kept up at night by a lot of the challenges that our partners now solve for brands. And so I feel like my life has come full circle and I'm at the better end of it now. I spent some time at AWS running the partner programs, so have a pretty good understanding of that. And then I joined Ads just before Cannes last year. So it's been fun.
That's amazing. It's so cool that basically everyone except for Jeff has been at Amazon, that you're all women and you've been at Amazon for like 10 years.
Isn't that exciting?
It is really exciting. I saw the lineup and I was like, hey,
Yay.
Women in tech. Okay, question that this question. Last thing you purchased off of Amazon.
I bought a pair of Tom's shoes.
Tom's shoes. Throwback, but still very comfortable.
Very comfortable. They're high heel wedges.
Okay.
And I feel like I could run a marathon in them. Well, I could run to catch the subway in them if I had to.
That's a good clarification. I was like, marathon, the heels might be down to 0 at the end of a marathon.
But they're super, super comfortable. So I'm really excited.
Okay. In your role, I'd love to know, you lead global partner development and marketing for Amazon Ads. I'd love to start with you telling me about some of your current or future kind of strategic initiatives in the works that you're working on right now.
Sure. So we've got a lot of really interesting things we're working on. Obviously, at the core of it is always, how do we help our partners innovate? So I have a team of partner development managers, but I also have a team of solution architects. And we are always trying to figure out ways like, how do we help our brands innovate faster? How do we make sure that our product teams are hearing that feedback? How do we make sure partners are participating in the right betas? Can we help them optimize their roadmap? Can we help them integrate faster, easier, simpler, right? So that's like a really important strategic priority. And look, the really exciting thing about our space is that there's something new being launched all the time. So being able to do that well, I think is a real core pillar to the strategy. The other thing we're super excited about is really international expansion. We've got a lot of really interesting growth in lots of different countries. And I know, like, for example, I know the Flywheel team, through all the various different subsidiaries, you guys play in a lot of markets as well. And there's some really, really exciting growth opportunities that we're seeing in Japan, in China, in Europe, Brazil, Australia. So really exciting. And, we had our partner award ceremony on Monday. And for the first time, it was, APAC, EMEA, and North America. And it was really, really great to see that representation from around the globe. Literally, like every continent was like a finalist, award winner, which was super exciting.
That is really exciting. And I'm kind of curious because Flywheel is an Amazon Ads partner. And obviously I'm here to represent Flywheel. But we always want to know how to be a better partner. But I'm curious if you're looking at, from your partners, are you more focused on us driving increased performance of the brands that are our clients? Or are you more interested in your partners working on technological innovations with Amazon Ads?
That is a really good question, Emma. So it's kind of like being asked, like, which leadership principle is your favorite? For those of you that know our leadership principles well, they're like children. We don't pick favorites, right? So look, ultimately, we are customer obsessed. So we want brands to be successful. And so that's why, like, the performance piece of it's super important, right? Because we want brands to be having really good outcomes. We want brands like marketing objectives. We want you guys to be helping them crush it, right? But we also know that what underpins that is tech innovation, because it's through that innovation that you're able to get a lot smarter about how to solve these problems. You're able to customize a solution. You're able to actually come up with like a tailored strategy for something like Prime Day, right? And so it really is important to do both. And one feeds the other.
Of course, of course. I kind of figured that would be the answer, but it was something I was thinking about. I was like, if I'm pretending I'm Teresa, and what am I looking at? What do I care about? So thank you for that answer. I am curious on like the marketing side of Amazon ads, what some of the kind of key pillars of your overall campaigns are. What are you trying to achieve with marketing and Amazon ads?
I think my primary strategy is we have an extraordinary community of partners. Tons of diversity in terms of business models and strengths and superpowers. It's really a very dynamic, vibrant group and super global as well, as I just sort of like discussed just a couple minutes ago. And I think my primary responsibility is to make sure that we are amplifying the goodness. We're amplifying the success. You know, our partners have an incredible wealth of success stories, and we want to make sure that brands know about that, right? Because we think there's a lot to be inspired by. And we think that brands should be working with partners because we think that brands are going to get incredible outcomes if they work with partners. And so how do we do that? We do that through partner awards, right? Being able to shine a spotlight. Like, this was really exceptional. Like, people can learn from this. This is really something we can be inspired by. Our partner case studies. Supporting folks at events, right? Like making sure that we're finding ways to support partners so that when they can go to industry events, they can meet with new brands. We can drive those engagements. We can drive those interactions and really help socialize all the incredible work that they're doing.
Amazing. And this is a cool conversation to have because, you know, our clients that listen to the podcast, they're like, oh yeah, Flywheel has to partner with Amazon. But it is cool to see both perspectives and like how our partnership with Amazon helps brands drive performance and tech innovation.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. There's been a lot of product launches here at unBoxed. I am curious about, maybe you could use one and just tell me about how you see partners coming in being able to help drive adoption and success rate of these product launches.
So I think the partner ones that I'm really excited about is expanding Amazon Marketing Stream and, of course, Rapid Retail Analytics. And I joined the team like 3 weeks before Cannes and actually got to meet Patrick Miller at Cannes. I was like, oh.
Local celebrity.
I was like, I love this partner. And I think the thing that was like so exciting for me at Cannes to learn, there we were launching the first version of Amazon Marketing Stream, and to learn that it was actually the origin story was partner feedback. Like, that partners have a seat at the table. They participate in our betas. They give a lot of really candid feedback. It's one of the reasons why our product teams love partners, right? Because they really love that feedback. And that, we launched that based on that feedback. And of course, like after we launched it, people were like, this is awesome, but we want more. So there you have it. So now the ADSP signals available in Amazon Marketing Stream, I think, is a super, super powerful launch. And I'm really excited to see what partners do with that.
Very cool. My last question for you. What are you looking forward to out of the rest of unBoxed?
I am looking forward to the partner keynote tomorrow. We're going to have some really interesting conversations, bringing some partners and their brands on the stage with them, and really have the brands help tell the story of how partners really unlock something for them. And I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm very excited for that as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emma. It's been great.
Of course. Last up for this episode, let's meet Ruslana and talk about product development, which ties in nicely with unBoxed as Amazon unboxes all of these new products that Ruslana's team works on. It's so good to talk to you. I am incredibly honored, but I'd love for you to first start out with introducing yourself to Flywheel audience.
Thank you, Emma, for having me here. Wonderful to be here with you today on our big unboxed unveiling day. I'm Ruslana Zbagerska. I'm Vice President of Sponsored Brands, Display and TV Advertising at Amazon. I have been at Amazon for 10 years, just celebrated my 10-year anniversary last week.
That's amazing.
Today we've announced Sponsored TV, which is one of our biggest launches, but I'm excited about a lot of other things that came forward during keynote.
Of course. And of course, I have to ask you, this is a common question of the podcast. What is the last thing you purchased off of Amazon?
Oh, actually, in the process of. So apparently my son has left. He's learning how to play guitar, but he's only 9. So he's doing that on ukulele. And he left his ukulele on the island. So we had to buy really fast same-day delivery ukulele on Amazon. And they had a really cool-looking one. So here we go. We'll see how it goes.
I love the ukulele. That's also how I learned how to play guitar. Okay, so your team, you're responsible for building advertising experiences and self-serve solutions to help brands of all sizes grow their brands and product discovery on and off of Amazon. But I'd love for you to tell our audience a bit about the process of like what bringing a new product to life actually is like for your team. You said on stage you've done it from scratch. So I'd love to know, how do you guys think about that? What is step one?
Well, step one, we spend a lot of time with our customers, both our partners like Flywheel, but also actual brands, and trying to understand what their main pain points are. What are they struggling with? What are the challenges? And so in the case of sponsored TV, spending time with them, working backwards from our customers. As you know, Amazon, we are very custom obsessed. We've learned that there is a bit of a, for lack of a better word, stigma about TV. And some of it has to do with some of the upfront commitments and spending commitments that are required. Some of it has to do with creative. Creative tends to be difficult or just simply hard to figure out what is the right creative to produce. And then once you actually add it, it tends to be expensive for small to medium sized brands. And then lastly is the value. The value is hard to understand. It's hard to kind of see what is it delivering to me. It's not as tangible as kind of closer to the purchasing point. And so when we heard all these three pain points, we thought we should figure out how to democratize TV, given that it is one of the critical components of brand building. It should not be out of reach for any brand, and any brand should be able to engage the customers in the living room. So this is an example of kind of working backwards from the customers, understanding how they're thinking about their overall sort of customer journey and how we can help them bridge the shopping and the entertainment parts of the journey and connect them effectively.
Amazing. I'm going to get a little bit more technical. I would love to kind of explain deeper what sponsored TV really is. Like, where are these ads shown? Is that while consumers are streaming TV that like a video ad comes up? I am not familiar with streaming TV. I watch streaming TV, but like I don't actually work on our accounts that involve that. What is sponsored TV? Where are these ads showing up?
So sponsored TV is will and is showing ads in freebie content. So I'm a big fan of Bosch. I love Bosch. The new season's coming out. Super excited about that. But content like that, right? In addition to freebie, it's Twitch streaming. So if any of your listeners are twitching, I'm sure some are twitching. And so that would be an opportunity right there within that experience, as well as across Fire TV apps.
Perfect. That was a good clarification because now we're on the same page. I love that. I'm curious how the launch of sponsored TV is going to kind of change the streaming TV landscape.
Two things that I believe will be exciting and delightful. Exciting for our brands will be access to an ability to now, right, engage with this. Stated today at the keynote, viewers spend almost 2 hours a day watching video on TV. So this is an opportunity for all of our brands of any size to actually tap into this engaged viewing audience and engage them in a meaningful way with our interactive ad formats. And then the second opportunity is really for our viewers. With all these brands of all different sizes being able to engage and use TV advertising, they can now discover new diverse content that in the places where they choose to spend time.
And how will your team be measuring the success of this product launch?
Well, at Amazon, we are quite data focused, and so we have a collection of things that we look at. But for us, what's important is that viewers are delighted. They are discovering new brands and new products that they have not been able to maybe discover through TV before, like my experience with Hexclad, for example. And then at the same time, that our brands are seeing value, right? So they are augmenting their overall advertising strategy, their brand building strategy with TV campaigns, and they are staying with it, and they're creating new creatives and engaging with this audience continuously.
In your 10 years of working at Amazon, are you allowed to say your favorite product that you've worked on?
You know, it's one of those maybe boring answers. And the reason being, I worked 10 years at Amazon, and my 10 years I've been working on the same collection of products. They are all very dear to heart, right? I started Amazon 10 years ago trying to figure out how to take sponsor brands and sponsored products internationally. And at the time, Sponsored Brands was called HSA, and I might be partly guilty for rebranding it. And then, you know, from there on, build Sponsored Display from ground up. And now TV, Sponsored TV is sort of the next business from scratch, if you wish. And so to me, they all very dear it's hard to say that there's one that's more important or more precious than the other.
I had a feeling that would be the response. Okay, last question for you. What are you looking forward to for the rest of Unboxed?
Well, there are quite a few meetings and experiences that are planned across our partners and our brands. And I'm hoping everyone is highly energized and excited to meet each other, engage with each other, and learn. I think there is a lot that we are unveiling this week, and I'm delighted what opportunities that will create for our brands.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. And with that, you've made it to the end of our Amazon Podcast Junket series, recorded live at Amazon Unboxed. Make sure to listen into part 2 to hear Miranda Chen discuss AMC and Kelly McLean talk all about DSP with coverage of all of the product launches related to their teams. Thank you to Amazon for this amazing event, and we will see you next time.